When you finished last season, you did a lot of things that I knew you'd been working up towards for so long. How much of that was a mindset rather than simply just making physical adjustments?
For me, it was definitely a mindset. I feel like I worked on the physical stuff for a while, and I got to a place where I knew what I wanted to do. It was just a matter of going out there and doing it. So it was it's really honestly just about a mindset of going out there and trusting the fact that it was going to happen. And I was able to have a good year last year.
I've always compared what you did last year to people who make that decision to make a life change, like they're going to lose weight. Instead of just going on a diet, they decide, no, I'm going to change my lifestyle. Is that kind of what you did with hitting? Instead of just saying, okay, I'm just going to fix this here and there, that it's just a whole new way of going about it?
Yeah, it's just, knowing that I feel like for me, a lot of times I search for the result right away. And when I didn't get it, I tried to change something. So it was a matter of trusting what I'd worked on and having a game plan day in and day out of certain pitchers or certain counts or whatever it may be, but just having that mindset of being locked into one thing instead of thinking about 50 other things.
This guy beside you here, Kevin Pillar, was telling us that just being around you and it really soaking up your knowledge has really helped him. What has that friendship been like with Kevin? And I mean, you can take a shot at him if you want.
No, I take too many shots at him. No, it's been great. I feel like, me and him hang out a lot. We do a lot of stuff together, and it's just a matter of, I feel like me as a young player, I like I said, I search for that result, and instead of just trusting the fact that, hey, I might have been locked in on one thing, and this guy threw me another thing, and tip your cap. You know what I mean? And it was hard for me as a younger player to tip my cap because I always felt like, all right, I should have done something different. And so, I feel like over the course of a long year and the fact that I got to play every day last year, I feel like if I look up at the end of the year, if I'm locked into one thing or if I trust the fact that I'm going to be there, then it's going to be there at the end of the year.
In some ways, it's about being able to accept a good out.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's always, knowing that you're going to play every day and you're going to be back in the lineup tomorrow, sometimes you have to take one at bat or one game of at bats to get back to where you want to get for the next 200 at bats. And, for me, I always wanted that one at bat to hit a homer, hit a double, and then, oh yeah, it's gonna help me out. Well, it didn't always work that way. So it was just a matter of, all right, I'm gonna take a couple of bats, I'm gonna take a game of this is what I want to feel, and yeah, I might go 0 for 4 with 3 punch outs, but if that's what I have to do to get to where I want to feel for the next 300 at bats, then it's something you have to do.
How does that apply to figuring out the shift? Because I know so many players are just so frustrated with it because that would have been a double, that would have been a base hit, but because of that stupid shift, I end up grounding out to the third baseman who's in right field.
Yeah, it's part of the game now. I think everybody does it. It's something I feel like early in my career was when it was just starting to happen, and you kind of thought about it probably too much, and now it's just a matter of just going out there and having good at bats. If I hit a hard line drive to the right fielder and the second baseman's playing there and he throws me out, well, it is what it is. I'm happy with the result and go from there.
People say, well, can he just lay down a bunt? It's a little bit more difficult than simply laying down a bunt, right?
Well, no, you can at certain times, but I feel like it depends on the situation. If I come up late in the game and we're down by a run or it's a tie game, like what's a bunt going to do for us? You know what I mean? I have a chance to one swing of the bat to tie the game up. So, I'm like, there's no point in me if I bunt and get on first. Normally, honestly, it takes 2 hits to get me in anyways. So, there's really no point.
Before we wrap up, just the overall feel around this team this year compared to last year. It was a transition year, and it must have been very difficult at times, but do you feel just this new sense of fresh beginnings? You've influxed some good young players, but you've kept the core here as well?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, coming into the year, I feel like we had a lot of the same team that we've had the last few years, and yeah, some guys are hurt, but, some of the players that we brought in were, very under-the-radar talented players. And, I've played against Solarte, I feel like, for a few years now, and I feel like the guy's always hit. The guy always. Every time I've played against him, he has. So, when you get guys like that, and stretches the lineup out 1 through 9, that's all you can ask for, especially in the league that we play in.
Have you been able to get Kevin Pillar to become a country music fan?
Oh, he's been that. Yeah, I tried to take him hunting. He's into that now too, but he's an LA guy, so it's tough.
Hey, Justin, thank you so much. All the best the rest of the year.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.